Tidak ada itu. Pak Ucai dereng ngebet, Pak.
Ya, itu ya. Saya sih nggak diinfokan untuk
Suara
Tapi nggak ada ini kayaknya asik. Ini masih lama, masih lama. Ini penting.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to AICoET, stands for Academic Conference on Engineering and Technology. This seminar is part of AICoET conference series today that focused on engineering and technology themes. My name is Muhammad Malik Hakim. Here I will be serving all of you as moderator of AICoET. I'm very pleased to see all of you here. Thank you very much for preparing all of you to join our conference. And thank you to all of you, all of keynote speakers. I would like to read out the sequence of this conference. This conference will be divided into 2 sessions. Firstly, there will be 3 keynote speakers who will present about the technological disruption in the industrial revolution 4.0 at our main conference. After that, it will be followed by a parallel session where some researchers will present the recent result of researches. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start, we will have a photo section first. Please open your start your video so the community could take a photograph from all of you. Okay, thank you. Now our main conference is about to begin. The first keynote speaker today is Professor Dr. Zainal Arifin Hasibuan. Thank you, Prof. Zainal, to attend this conference. I will read brief of his curriculum vitae. Professor Zainal Hasibuan, Professor Dr. Zainal Arifin Hasibuan is a professor of computer science at Universitas Dian Nusantara Semarang. He had got his PhD from Indiana University in the United States. And prior to joining Udinus, he was a professor at Universitas Indonesia and had held several positions in Faculty of Computer Science. Professor Zainal Hasibuan also holds several chief positions in some government agencies and institutions, such as BSNP, Detiknas, Apticom, and IPKIN, and FPDI. He has brought main experiences in information technology and information system fields in academic and professional and at national and international levels. Now we welcome Professor Dr. Zainal Arifin Hasibuan to present his presentation material. Prof. Zainal, the time is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Moderator, Pak Malik Hakim. I would like to ask how long I can make my presentation.
Okay, according to the schedule, there will be 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay.
Yes, for you to present your material.
Okay,
Thank you,
I'll make my presentation around 30 minutes. Thank you again. So thank you to all the participants and also other keynote speakers. And I'm glad that I have the opportunity to make my presentation this afternoon, and hopefully all of us can get benefit from this presentation. And allow me to share screen, Pak Malik. So, okay. Okay, everyone can see my presentation? Pak Malik, can you see it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Very
you.
clear.
Okay,
Thank you.
so the titles of my presentation is Digital Literacy in the Disruptive Era, the way forward to improve competitiveness. So the keyword here is digital literacy. And of course, with the disruptive era, everything changed, everything need to be adjusted. And again, it is the way forward to improve competitiveness. So we have to mastering this digital literacy. And let's see. Okay, my presentation will be divided into several subtopics. First of all, understanding the digital literacies. And second point is we will discuss about how information and communication technology advancements, how it is developed. And then we go more detail into digital economy emergence in disruptive era. And the fourth point is strategy to develop digital economy. It is similar to the digital literacy, but we will look at from the economy point of view, which is more interesting and more important. And then playing field focus on nurturing digital economy. And I would like to give an examples in these points, where we have to or suggested to begin or to start. And then at the end is conclusion. So let's see, what do we mean by understanding the digital literacy? To have the same perceptions about what do we mean by digital literacy, we look at the definitions. Digital literacy refers to an individual's ability to find, evaluate, and compose clear information through writing and other media on various digital platforms. So there are a few keywords in this definition. First of all, it is the individual ability, as every one of us, in order to find and compose clear information through writing and other media on various digital platforms. So it is give us a clear and sound message. What do we mean by digital literacy? Another point of view about digital literacy, we can look at the other definition. Digital literacy means having the skills. Okay, it is the skill you need to learn, to live, to live, to learn, and work in a society where communications and access to information, okay, underline the word information, is increasingly through digital technologies like internet platforms, social medias, and mobile device. So maybe in a simple word, we can say that we are living now in a uncounted informations or information flood, banjir informasi. So we have to mastering all those informations and filtering all the informations that related or that what we need. So we don't have to get lost in that jungles of information. So when we do that, that's what we mean by digital literacy. Okay, now what are the scopes of digital literacy? There are 7 elements actually that constitute digital literacy. So we need to understand this in order to classify or to prioritize what kind of digital literacy that we have to master first. I noticed two literacy here, as you can see in the presentation. First is information literacies and ICT literacy. I would like to focus on these two because other also it's an importance. It's an important literacy, but when we focus on these two literacy, hopefully other literacy will follow, such as media literacy, communication and collaboration, career and identity management, learning skill, digital scholarship, etc. So let's see how this information literacy take place or how important it is in our daily life. As you can see here, the ability to access, to assess, and use informations is very, very important. It will make us use this information more efficient, critical, so we don't really what you call that get lost with all this kind of informations, and also be creative. So we know with this information plot, ICT literacy. This is the second literacy that we need to look at and underline very carefully. What do we mean by ICT literacy? ICT literacy is the ability to use tools, okay, underline the tools of information and communication technology in order to what? Define one's information's problem clearly, access information efficiently, and evaluate the reliability, authority, and bias of sources. Maybe we hear lately about hoax, about all kinds of information that going into our gadgets, and sometimes we don't know which one that can be trusted, which one that cannot be trusted, etc., etc. So when we are mastering the ICT literacy, hopefully we can filter all these informations, and then we can use it effectively and creatively. So what do we mean by all of this? We did some studies in 2017. We look at and we try to map to what extent Indonesian people, already adopt these digital literacies. So we call it Indonesian Digital Literacy Framework. We come up with the 5 level, start from level 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from the research that we do, this framework we modify from Beetham and Sharpie in 2010 and 2017, 20. Indonesian people, we are, right now, our digital literacy still far from what we expected. As we can see here, Indonesians at the level of between 0 and 1. What do we mean by that? A lot of consequences by having this framework saying that we are in the level 0 to 1. It is one of them. We still lack of ability to filter, to choose, to use all the informations that come around us. So hopefully, with this kind of conference and also our education system, we can improve our degree of digital literacies. So level 1, we have access to ICT. I think most of us have access to ICT, informations and learning sources. But unfortunately, we are not really skillful yet. Okay, we are not really skillful yet to use those ICT, yeah, to use the tools, even to use the contents that embedded that come with the technology. I think we can look at our self per se, how much times we spend a day using our gadgets, and then what do we have in return? Imagine right now the statistics say we spend around 6 to 7 hours a day using our gadget. So if we use the same amount of hours, around 6 to 7 hours to study, and compare it to use our gadgets, which one that more useful, which one that give us more benefit? So that's the challenge of Indonesian people. So, and then look at while we are really not there yet in mastering informations and technology, at the same time, the technology itself keep advancing, keep developing. So you can imagine that every time we buy a technology, like we upgrade our gadget, maybe we are not really fully using all the features in our gadgets, and the next versions or updated versions soon coming out. So it will go over and over like that. So we always behind the technology. So if you cannot mastering the technology, and including in the technology is the informations, the gaps, the distance between us and the technology and information become further and further. So this is really a serious issues. Hopefully from this conference, we will get an insight and ideas, do research and do study about how these advancements of technology and information affect our daily life. So I will show some of the research that we made before later on. So this is some statistic in Indonesia. As we can see now, like around 8 hours at the bottom and 50 minutes average daily time spent using internet via any device. That's a lot of hours. Maybe it's not really relevant to us, but again, this is the statistic says that around 8 hours of Indonesian people spend their time using internet, using gadgets, and then around 3 hours average daily time spent using social media. So 3 hours and 23 minutes. We just spend our time using WhatsApp, update status in this Instagram, looking at our Facebook and our friends in the Facebook, etc., etc. That's too much. But we live in that era. We live in the digital era. So now the question is how we can change the amount of hour that we spend giving us less benefit, transform it to giving us optimum benefit. So there's the big questions that we have to answer. And interestingly enough, we're doing it through research. It will give us a lot of insight. Okay, I have to be faster. And as we can see here, all the communications, technologies, and media converge. Maybe 10 or 15 years ago, we can imagine in our living room or in our house, we have televisions, we have radio, we have telephones, we have computers. Now, look at the computer, the televisions, the radio, the telephone, it's all combined in these gadgets. Yeah, it's all in these gadgets now. In all our gadgets, we can see whatever we want. That previously it is 4 to 5 different technology. Now it's become technology, and then not only that, the power of this convergence technology become powerful, more powerful than ever. Day by day, the power is increased, the capacity is increased, and then the usage is vary. We can use it almost in everything. Even if we want to cook something, we don't know the ingredient, we just simply use our gadget, go to Google, yeah, type the things that we're looking for, it's already on your fingertips, all the answers. So these are the types of changing that we are facing right now. Okay, as we can see here, digital technology continue to transform the economy. Unfortunately, okay, I would like again to bring everyone's attention here. Unfortunately, the transformation in Indonesia mostly is not gaining or is not getting economic benefit at all. Yeah, instead we got more damaging, more wasting resources, etc., etc. Okay, ICTs everywhere, and then social media is around us. If we don't really study and careful using all this technology and applications, I think more times will be spent, and then that amount of times mostly will give no benefit to us at all. So we have to change this pendulum. We have to change from not giving benefit to give optimum benefit. So technology change continue to drive change. Maybe today we're living in a very what you call that good situation when the revolution industry 4.0 being introduced, that forced us to change. We are not really responding to change, and come the second wave, I should say, COVID-19. When the COVID-19 around us, like it or not, we have to change. We have to change in doing this conference. Usually, if there is a conference in Kudus, yeah, I go to the Kudus. I go to see my friends over there physically. Now, what we have to do? See, because of the COVID, we have a online conference like this, in study, in doing business, etc. So COVID is a second wave of warning us that we have to change. What kind of changing that we would like to have? This is the issue, going back to the things that I mentioned before, the change, that the benefit of technology that we have previously has to be changed to the optimum benefit. Okay, well, see, digital connection evolution, it is keeping going on and on and on. The technology, we just cannot catch up because everything changed rapidly. Everything just so advancing. And if we follow the technology, it means that we are become the what you call that budak. We become follower of the technology. Now we have to change that paradigm. We have to be a master of technology, not a follower of the technology. Okay, let's see. Velocity of digital transformations in Indonesia considerably not as fast as what we expected. As we can see in our society, industrial revolution 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, all those spectrums still there. Okay, not switching like other country. Other country, when they switch from 2 to 3, the technology in the era of industrial revolution 2.0 is already diminishing. It's already gone. But in Indonesia, this is a unique of evolution, not a revolution of industrial revolution in Indonesia. It's not switching, but it is evolution. We still have 1.0, we still have 2.0, we still have 3.0, we still have we are entering the society 5.0. So what does it mean? It is challenging to us when using the information and communication technology and including information in it. We have to look at in what area those technology and informations being spread, being used. Otherwise, we cannot, otherwise, maybe we will have or formulate a wrong strategy and wrong formulation and wrong program to solve all the problems that may incur, that may emerge from those kind of technologies. Okay, that's very interesting to look at. A lot of research being done, and some of them we do also. I would like to invite all the participants later on, whoever would like to research on this era, I can give a lot of suggestions and insight. So now go back. Now we are entering the economy, digital economy. As I mentioned before, we are lacking in using the technology and information so that we get less benefit as it is promised. We should have get more benefit. We should give more benefit in terms of economy. So what kind of digital economies that emerge in this disruptive era? Let's see. Indonesia is very rich with natural resources, no question about it. But remember, natural resources one day will be diminishing, will be disappear, will be gone. Maybe 20 or 30 years ago, we are one of the oil production. Yeah, we are Indonesia, one of the countries that produce oil. Now we are one of the countries that import the oil. That's the examples and warning to us that we are rich in natural resources, but it will not long last. It will not long last. Every countries, even the developed country, they doing a very fast digital transformation. So you can imagine if Indonesia not transform their country to digitals, again, will be left far behind. Even the developed country keep going to transform their country into a digital era. So if you are not faster than them, we will be far behind. So what is this digital economy mean? It is a knowledge-based economy that using information technology. It is not the muscles become the things that you good at, but it is the brain, it is the knowledge that we have to master so that we can use the benefit or the goods about digital economy. So as you can see here, digital economy spread, develop even faster because of these digital disruptions. Social is a business, sophisticated customers, cloud technology, data explosion, big data, rise of mobility. Maybe still around 10 years ago, if we want to use computer, we have to go to our desktop. Now we can do it all in our fingertips. This 20 years old legacy application. So desktop is already legacy. It is disappeared. It is disappeared. So all businesses and industries, sooner or later, will go digital. As ourselves, as our company, as our organization. To what extent our organization or ourselves already in the digital transformation? That's the big question. Yeah, as our early study in 2017, it shows, yeah, in the digital framework, in the digital literacy framework, from scale 0 to 5, we are in the level of 0 to 1. So still a lot of work need to be done. Okay, see, digital media distribution. Okay, I'm just gonna skip it. Even in Asian, they already declare what they call it the revolution, digital revolution in Asia. Daily life goes digital. Local champions leads the way digitally, embracing industry 4.0, fast and efficient public service, rise of digital natives, etc., etc. So even in Asian countries, they already declare that they have to enter this digital era. So we look at why Asia. Look at this market potential. Indonesia is the biggest market potential of the digital economy. No wonder everyone want to do a business in Indonesia. We can imagine if we are just sitting there not doing anything, we will be a spectator, penonton. We will be a spectator. All the foreigners come to our country, doing business in our country. We just look at them. We're not doing anything. Because in Indonesia, we have 100 billion US dollar digital economy potential everywhere. As you can see here, the one that I just blocked 100 billion. And others, only what? Maybe Thailand, 43 billions. Yeah. So Indonesia is the biggest market of digital economy. Do not forget, even though we think we are still having Gojek, Bukalapak, what else? Most of the what you call that? It's already belong to foreigner. It's not belong to Indonesia anymore, but they're doing business in Indonesia. Yeah, so that's very interesting. Do not think that Gojek is our company anymore. Yeah, most of the capital is already owned by other people from other countries, and also Bukalapak, Lazada. Yeah, not to mention Traveloka, etc. It's not. They're doing business in Indonesia, but it is not Indonesian companies. Okay, it is no longer. Yeah, maybe some of them once Indonesian company. Now it is not. So we are using Gojek. We think the money will circulate around us. No, it goes to another country. Yeah. So we have to realize this. So what do I mean by this? Look at digital business potential in Indonesia is really big, and we are so adaptive. We are not really refusing technology. Technology is part of our daily life, and the opportunity is big, big, big. Yeah, if you compare it to the dollar, it's 100 billion, 100 miliar US dollar per tahun. It is a lot of money. So how do we capitalize or being a master of this digital economy? We look at the strategy that might be possible for us to develop and to execute. First, teaching revolutions. Yeah, in our education system, actually in higher education institution, it is time to change. Yeah, after Industrial Revolution 4.0, COVID-19, and then come the policy from the Ministry of Education about Merdeka Belajar, Kampus Merdeka. It is about to change. Yeah, we have to give more time to our students and then expose them to the real world. Yeah, working in the village, working in the small medium enterprise, and etc. etc. And not only 2 weeks, 2 months, it is 1 semester. Even up to 3 semesters, they have to have this field experience. Yeah, that's one of the revolution in our teaching system that we have to adopt as soon as possible. So I would like to invite my fellow participants in this conference. If you are teachers, if you are lecturers, it is a time to change. If you haven't changed it, yeah. So again, secondly, digital natives. Remember, especially me, I'm 60 years old now. I'm a digital immigrant. I'm not really native in this digital era, but I teach, okay? I teach generation that they are native in this era. Penduduk asli, ya, native in this digital era. So you can imagine the wrongdoing, yeah, quote unquote, the wrongdoing that we are doing with teaching our fellow students, which are native in the digital era, with the approach, with the methodology, with the technique and method where it is belong to our generation. It is not really matched to what they need. So this is the danger. When they graduate, They don't know anything about digital era because we teach them in our way, not we teach them in their way. So again, this is the second strategy that we as a lecturers, as a teachers, have to change. Have to change. Okay, I'm doing a lot of research on this. This is increase the positive content. As you can see now, content positives is really lacking because people making money out of internet not because of selling good content. They're selling bad content. A lot of people would like that. So you can imagine if we are not giving enough knowledge, skill, and understanding to our fellow students, they will go to the negative content instead of to the positive content. That's for sure. And who are responsible developing positive content? Us, the lecturers. Yeah, we have to provide our course material, our exercise, our analysis, etc., as what as possible in the internet things. Remind me, Pak Malik, if I still have how much time, yeah? Okay, this is one of the sources that we quote from A.T. Kearney, 2015. Indonesian digital economy strategy, as we can see from this slide, we are lacking. We are far behind Singapore, even we are far behind Philippines and Malaysia. So we are more or less in the league of Cambodia and Brunei. Again, okay, as you can see here, we are more or less at the same level with Cambodia and Brunei. We don't really have digital economy strategy being formulated and being executed. If we can see it, it is not coordinated well, unlike other countries. Okay, so that's a warning. So what do we have to do? This is the study that I do. Yeah, we focus on digital economy, especially in the small medium enterprise. Why small medium enterprise? Indonesian small medium enterprise contribute very significant to our economic growth. It is provide around 60% gross domestic product contributions, and then workforce around 97, around 97. So what do we mean by this? Why do we have to look at other field to exercise, to experiment, to study, if we see a big chunk of economy is already in the small medium enterprise? So again, I would like to invite all the participants, look at around you, look at around us. Who are the actors actually making this economy growing, making this economy circulating? It is small medium enterprise. So why don't we focus on how we can improve the performance of a small medium enterprise? So what I did in the research, this is it. First of all, we measure. First of all, we measure the maturity level of ICT adoption in each small medium enterprise. We formulate the framework into three layers. First, we call it enterprise readiness. So small medium enterprise, how ready they are to adopt the ICT. Of course, not to burden their shoulder spending ICT, but later on the solution, I can just say it is service oriented. And then secondly, after they're ready, what kind of applications that more suitable to them? This is the second layer. And then thirdly, it will give a business impact. As simple as that. We formulate this, we publish our papers in 2017. And then from there, we look at the digital transformation of Indonesian small medium enterprise. As we can see here, the red dot, awareness or knowledge of ICT benefit and ICT expertise become predictor toward ICT in UMKM or in small medium enterprise. I haven't changed it to the English. So what does it mean? The key factor that make small medium enterprise can improve their performance, first is the awareness of benefit. Is the ICT give benefits or give uh, something bad to us? So they have to aware about that. And then they have a certain level of expertise in order to utilize the skill. The question is, who are the responsible to make small medium enterprise to have at least these two things? Us, the lecturers, the campus, the university. Yeah? Otherwise, there is no time for the small medium enterprise actor to go outside to get a training. No, impossible. Yeah. So why don't we choose the playing field focus? I mentioned it, playing field focus. It is in the small medium enterprise in all sectors. A lot of sectors. Okay, and then again, literacy, digital literacy skill, a lot of this is from literatures. But what we need is not only a theory like this, we have to practice it. This is the thing that I developed in 2019. Digital talents. I call it digital talents at campus with the domain in small, medium enterprise. They have to attack it. They have to form a multidiscipline approach.
Sorry, maybe the connection from Professor Zainal is interrupted.
Okay, I think communication. Actually,
Yes.
that's my last slide. So
Okay,
it is
okay,
my
Prof.
last slide. What I would like just to say in this last slide is the conclusion. As you can see here, the conclusion is Indonesia is a big country with a large opportunity in digital economy. With the limited resources, small medium enterprise is the best. Okay, this is a misspelling. Opportunity to nurture the digital economy. Digital literacy has to develop in order to grab that opportunity. Campus, university is the best place to start flourishing, yeah, to make it develop the digital talent due to the presence of the millennials and Z generation. Those are our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Zainal Hasibuan, for giving such informative and interesting presentation about the digital literacy in the disruptive era. And now, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to question and answer session. Anyone who want to ask some question, please click raise hand feature of Zoom applications and unmute your speakers. Or you can also use chat feature in asking questions. All of you can make questions in English or in Bahasa Indonesia. We will welcome every questions. Okay, so maybe I will have some first question, Professor.
Okay, please.
Yes, it is very interesting material because we know that the implementation of digital technology in Indonesia have spread widely and very fast, but our digital transformation is very low. So as in the material you said that in Indonesia there are no digital revolution but digital evolution. Nah, the most important for all of us, because usually all of us usually as academician in the university, what can we do to accelerate the digital transformation, especially in inserting digital talent skills into our curriculum in higher education or university, so that our institution not left behind too far? this will be our challenge because usually digital skills or digital talents is related to computer science, field. But the bigger and the biggest challenge is how we can insert the digital talents into the other fields of studying.
Okay, Pak Malik, and I answer from the last questions. These digital talents has to be developed multidisciplinary approach. Yeah, not only computer peoples, not only ICT people. It has to be multidiscipline approach. Why? Because the idea maybe our fellow friends from social science, from economy, from agricultures, more have more idea in their fields, where our fellow computer science can enable and can make that idea concrete. Instead of asking about what kind of business process they can take on the agriculture to the computer science people, they don't know anything. They know about coding, they know about programming, they know about database, etc. But they don't know how to implement it. So, okay, it has to be multidisciplinary approach. Secondly, this is come to your first question, how to accelerate it. So again, I would like to say, using the general terms that we heard from Ministry of Education, or previously Ministry of Education and Research and Technology, maybe we all remember about Pusat Unggulan Iptex, okay, or what I should say, Center of Excellence. So form in the university level, Center of Excellence, in developing agriculture and digital economy. For example, it is not only involved the business in the agriculture, but also is involved about developing the agriculture per se. Build it, multidisciplines. And then forget about the curriculum, okay? Forget about the curriculum. We already, they call it Merdeka Belajar.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
What do we mean by Merdeka Belajar? We are free, academic freedom. Do not make curriculum is a scapegoat. Oh, our curriculum have to be changed. Now, what do we need to change is the method of teaching. Yeah, reduce the number of hours standing in front of class. Yeah,
yes.
Use that hours, not reducing your honor or your take home pay. Yeah, use the hours. Yeah, collectively to develop a lot of projects. And the Ministry of Education already give, I think, 8 examples in Merdeka Belajar, ya, magang, proyek di desa, ya, kerja mandiri, penelitian, etc., etc. Do and choose the things that most relevant to your environment, and then put effort, not only 2 or 3 or 4 credit hours. Make it as one semester, usually around 20 to 22 hours, to 20 to 20 credit hours. If we just put it, one bowl of credit worth it 20 credit hours in one semester, just doing a project in a village. And after the student finish, the next generation students come in. So it is a sustainable project. It is not a discrete project as we do in KKN or we do in Praktek Lapak. It is a continuous. And then we, from the lecturers, use all the data from time to time, from one place to place, become a big data as our research data. A lot of things can be done with that in the next 1 or 2 years. But if you don't start right now, again, as I mentioned before, we will left behind even further and further. Okay, hopefully it's answered your question,
Yes.
Pak Malik.
Thank you, Professor. It was very practical. So hopefully our colleagues and our department, especially in Universitas Muria Kudus, can implement the policy and as well in making the curriculum Merdeka Belajar. So we can educate our students to have so many experiences in digital talent and digital skills.
Yeah, allow me to add a bit, Pak Malik. In
Yes.
Kudus, it is very famous with the goods, dry goods, ya, oleh-oleh
Yes.
kering.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Of course.
I've been to
Yes.
Kudus. So
Yes.
when you look at the natures of the small medium enterprise of these goods, of this oleh-oleh, most of their market is just around them.
Yes. Only
Yeah,
local.
it's just people who come to their store, small store. Yeah, but we have to believe the not only people from other country or in Indonesia only. A lot of people from Aceh to Papua would love to have that kind of group as well as their what you call that spare time appetite, etc., etc. Why don't our campus help them in digital marketing? Okay, that's
Okay.
involve business school or economy study program. It is involved if you have their communication, ilmu komunikasi. It is involved our IT, informatika, sistem informasi, and how to make a digital marketing more effective. What word and what performance that need be to shown display so people attract to buy something, and we just simply help the small medium enterprise open up and wider market. That's one simple things, and you can count that day by day, week by week, months by months, their what you call that their sales will improve. Otherwise, it's okay. Doesn't mean that we fail. We have to look at again. Maybe our strategy is not really effective, so we change it. This is the role of campus. So concrete, the science that we study in class can be implemented, can be evaluated. So when the student graduate, they have experience. They're working on something. That's
Okay.
only small, simple example, Pak Malik. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much for the valuable answer and information for us, Professor. And it is very interesting topic and discussion. And
Maybe others would like to ask, but they cannot
yes,
speak English. Oh, we can.
yes. Everybody, untuk Bapak dan Ibu yang mungkin ingin bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia, welcome. Silahkan. I think there are no more questions, Professor
Okay.
Zainal.
Okay.
And it is very interesting topic and discussion. Actually, I want to discuss more the topic about these topics to you because there are a lot of many topics and a lot of questions I want to ask, but because of a time limitation, we have to change to other. We have to change to other keynote speaker. I'm sorry, Professor Zainal Hizban. And thank you for Professor Zainal Hizban for give this the material to us, and we give some applause to Professor Zainal Hizban as our first keynote speakers. Thank you,
Thank you,
Professor
Pak
Zainal.
Malik. Thank you, all the participants. The materials already sent to Pak Muzid. I think he's driving his car right now. So make it available to all the participants. And I'm looking forward to talk to you again, Pak Malik. Yeah, so we can accelerate, as you mentioned, the implementation of Merdeka Belajar. I guarantee, yeah, do not worry about later on assessor or
Yes.
L2 Dikti will give you guys peringatan or something like that. No, do not worry. Yeah,
Okay.
I guarantee. Okay, so this
Okay.
also applies to others. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor.
May I leave or I have to stay?
You can leave or stay, up to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Professor. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending this first keynote speaker from Professor Zainal Hasibuan. And now the second keynote speaker today is Dr. Fonan Phan. He is a researcher and lecturer in Institute of Research and Development, Duy Tran University in Vietnam. He will present his presentation material about the throughput for UAV relay assisted in disaster communication. Now we welcome Dr. Fonan Phan to present his present material. Dr. Fonan Phan, the time is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much. Do you hear me?
Yes, very
Okay.
clear, Doctor.
Okay. I will share my screen first. Do you see my screen?
Yes, very great and very clear.
Thank you. The first one, I would like to thank UMK to invite me to share my research to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to share my topic, wireless network. This focus on the throughput for UAV relay assisted in disaster communications. In this speech, I want to leave you 5 parts. First of all, I will show the motivations why I focus on the UAV in the disaster communications. The second, I would like to share the system model that I propose. And the next, I talk about the performance analysis. After that, I will give you the numerical results, and finally, conclusions. The first, the motivation. As you know, now UAV, or we can call drones, are considered as a promising solution for numerous applications, such as photography or traffic control, or special search and rescue. And in particular, the low altitude UAV has attracted massive research attention in the disaster communication due to their motivate, reduce cost, and making them more easily accessible to the surveillance area. For example, like the first citation, you see the first citation, learning at real-time performance optimization of cognitive UAV assist disaster communication. This work proposed efficient optimization approach for UAV relay assisted to cause the network disruption under the nature disaster, and they can conclude that UAV can improve the throughput for the disaster communications. However, the UAV will fly on the sky, so UAV have some limitation. But here I focus on the energy consumption and transmission capacity. And we have some solution to show that limitations. For example, energy harvesting can show the energy consumption because the UAV can harvest energy from the radio frequency to transfer information and can prolong the lifetime of UAV. For example, the second citation, you see psychoactive analysis of UAV assisted relay and alternate selection for cognitive network under Nakagami channel. This work give a system model with energy harvesting at 2 UAVs in which it UAV transmission via power splitting using the array option through array harvesting. And the second solution in non-orthogonal multi-access, we call NOMA, can resolve the second limitation is the transmission capacity. It means NOMA can increase the sharing between users to improve the throughput. For example, you see in the third citation, UAV enable downlink wireless system with non-orthogonal access. This work give a closed form expression for outage property was and to evaluate the system performance and the numerical results so that the system performance achieved with NOMA scheme were higher than that with OMA. OMA is mean orthogonal multi-access. It means NOMA. It means the work can prove the NOMA is better than the OMA. And from here, we can see the combination between UAV and NOMA can make the higher throughput for the disaster communications. But we have some big question like how to control the UAV to obtain the highest throughput. How to control UAV? It means UAV can fly up and down, and with the altitude is the best, can make the throughput is the best. And how to evaluate the system performance of the considered system. So therefore, we can see some above work I show. They have not studied the system performance for array harvesting UAV relay network in disaster using NOMA under the imperfect channel state information. In here, we want to focus on the imperfect channel state information because in previous work they assume that every node in the network can know another. It means we have 3 nodes. One node will know 2 nodes remaining, and 2 nodes remaining can know the CSI, the status of the first node. So that assumption is so strong because in practical we cannot assume that. So in this work, I want to focus and consider the imperfect channel state information. It means the status of the node. In this paper, the throughput of the array harvesting UAV relay network is investigated. And in this work, I give some contribution like this. The first, we will investigate the UAV relay IAROI in U or that forward the control signal from the base station to the 2 sensor cluster under imperfect CSI, and I use Nakagami and Fadin for this disaster scenario. From that, I would like to show the closed form expression for throughput of 2 cluster heads to evaluate the system performance. In this, I want to assume that we will have some cluster head in 2 clusters, want to send information from the base station. And from the closed form expression, I conduct the exhaustive simulation to verify the mathematical analysis and analyze some impact of the parameter such as array harvesting time, the attitude of UAV relay, or the transmit power of the power beacon on the system performance. And this is the system performance. You can see I assume that some sensor will place at the disaster area. We have some sensor and we will cluster into two cluster, form into cluster. The first cluster I call high priority cluster, and the second I call low priority cluster. High priority and low priority can form as cluster based on the quality of service. And we have base station want to send the control signal to the sensor, but cannot transfer directly because we have some mountain or forest in the middle, and we must use the UAV relay to forward information from base station to sensor. In here, by power beacon assist like a television tower or a broadcast tower send the radio frequency to UAV relay. It means UAV relay can harvest energy from the power beacon and send that energy to forward information from base station to sensor. In this model, I propose a communication protocol I call the time splitting for energy harvesting and information processing. It means here I have two phases. The first phase for energy harvesting and the second phase for transmission. In the first phase, the UAV will harvest energy from the power beacon. And the second phase, I divide into two slots. The first slot, base station will send information to relay. And the next, the base station will use decode and forward technology to decode the signal and send information to, and forward information to the sensor. Sensor here is mean I write in LI and SI because we have multiple sensor. And in here, we will using the NOMA here. It's similar like this. The first base station will send information to relay. And after that, relay use NOMA to send information to two cluster. In here, NOMA is mean non-orthogonal multi-access. It means NOMA is mean we can send information to multiple users at the same time at the same frequency, but different the power. Because we can send in the same time and same frequency, so we can improve the throughput or system performance because NOMA can using the AIC to cancel the interference. In the first phase, it means I write in alpha T. It means the first phase. In the first phase, the array harvesting at UAV relay from power beacon can be formula in equation 1. This is the array harvesting from the power beacon at the UR. And the second, I want to find the SINR. It means signal interference noise ratio at relay for detecting two signal. Like I told you, we can send multiple signal at the same time. At the same time, it means from base station, I will send two signal to cluster. It means one signal from base station include two signal. So we have two SINR at relay as equation 2 and 3. And similar at the sensor, we will find the SINR for detecting the lower priority signal and the high priority signal, like equation 4 and 5. In here, you can see some notation re-B or re-P re-L-I, re-S-J. It means the channel coefficient between base station UAV from base power beacon to UR, from UR to sensor. This is the channel coefficients. And in here, I focus and consider the imperfect. Imperfect size means the coefficient equal the estimate coefficient plus with the error estimate. And the final, we will find the end-to-end signal to interference plus noise ratio at the I and J sensor can be written as equation 6 and 7. It means we want to find the end-to-end is the minimum of the INR from first phase and second phase. We will find the end-to-end signal. And from that, I want to focus on the outage property to evaluate the system performance. In here, the OP is defined as the end-to-end SINR at the sensor that below a certain outage threshold. From this definition, I have derived the closed form for the low priority and high priority cluster can be shown as equation 8 and 9. You can see the detailed step-by-step calculation in my paper because it's a lot of mathematical, so I cannot show in the slide here. So I just give the final equation. From the outage probability, I derive the throughput of the low priority and high priority of cluster head expressed at the equation 10 and 11. From that, I use the Monte Carlo simulation to verify my theoretical by using the same system parameter for analysis and simulation. Here, I use carry frequency equal to gigahertz or something. Something I write in the slide you see. It means some parameter I set for the Monte Carlo simulation. And after that, I have some graph in here. You see, the line is mean analysis, and the scatter is mean the simulation. And we can see the simulation and the analysis is the match, right? It's match here. You can see here and here is match. It mean the accuracy of our analysis is verified. It means our calculator is right. And in figure 3, we present the effect of UR altitudes and the number of sensors on the throughput. We can see the throughput of the low priority and high priority cluster has increased when the altitude increase. Then once altitude UAV achieve a certain point, the throughput will decrease. This is because when the UAV altitude is low, the probability of the LOS is low, and the probability of non-LOS is high. However, the high altitude leads the high path loss. Therefore, one important conclusion here is there exists the certain that achieve the optimal throughput. It means the UAV fly low cannot get the best throughput, or fly too high, cannot get the best throughput. But in a certain altitude, we can get the best throughput. In addition, the throughput in this figure, we can see improve by increasing the number of sensors. This is because the higher diversity gain at sensor high if we increase the number of sensors. This figure shows the impacts of the transmit and analyze power beacon and channel estimate overall on the throughput. We can see that the throughput of the sensor node is improved as the transmit power of the power beacon increase. It's obvious because the high PP leads to high amounts of area hafting of UA. And finally, we show the impact of the area harvesting time at the UR and channel estimation overall on the throughput. We can see that the throughput increase when we increase the time of the area harvesting, and then decrease as the alpha loss. This is because when area harvesting is low, the UR harvest little area, but when area harvesting time is lost, the remaining time is not enough for the information process. So I want to summary about my work. This paper has studied the system performance in terms of throughput of an area harvesting use UAV network in disaster area using normative technique under the imperfect CLI. We have derived a closed form expression for the throughput of the cluster head of low priority and high priority cluster. The third one, the theory analysis of throughput have valid by the Monte Carlo simulation, and the conclusion is the numerical results. So there exists the optimal UAV attributes and the area harvesting time to maximize the system performance. This is the important conclusion in my paper. So that's all. Thank you for your attention. Do you have a question? Can I will answer?
Yes. Thank you very much to Dr. Von Van for giving such informative and interesting presentation about the throughput for UAV relay system in disaster communications. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, now we come to question and answer session. Anyone who want to ask some questions, please click raise hand feature of Zoom application and unmute your speakers. Or you can also use chat feature in asking questions. Bapak dan Ibu yang ingin bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia, kami persilakan. Saya akan menerjemahkan untuk ditanyakan kepada keynote speaker kita. Okay, to start the question and answer session, maybe I will have one question to you, Dr. Von Van.
Yeah, sure.
It was very interesting topic, and we know that our country, especially in Southeast Asia, usually have some environment disasters. Yeah, especially Indonesia, we have so many volcanoes, and some in the rain season, especially in October until April, we usually have many floods, and so the UAV tools as UAV is very interesting and will become one solution if we to get some communication between government institution or between among the government institution and the inhabitants. So my question is how we can make UAV UFV tools become widely used by the communities. So if the disaster happen in some cities or some areas, we could communicate directly and fast by to the government agencies.
I think the UAV can use in the disaster area, but in our scope, in this scope, I just focus on the system performance in terms of throughput, but not consider about how to employ it in the practical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. Because because we do this because like this, we not employ in the practical, but we give the theory system and give the closed form and it in the real. If we have a model same this, we can evaluate the throughput easily. It means I give the closed form and can use microform for evaluate the throughput. We have the same the same system in practical. Yeah, it's just like this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Doctor. And now the next is to all of you, the participant. Please, anyone who want to ask to Doctor can click the raise hand feature and ask the questions by chat or by unmute your voice. Okay, Doctor, it looks that anybody not click the present feature. Then thank you very much to Dr. Fonan Fang for giving such informative and interesting presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
And because of the time limitation, the question and answer session for the second keynote speaker has over. Thank you very much, Dr. Fonan Fang, for giving the interesting result to us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now the last keynote speaker today is Dr. Solekan, STMT. Dr. Solekan is a researcher and lecturer in Universitas Muria Kudus, and he is the head of electrical engineering program, the head of electrical engineering department in Universitas Muria Kudus. He got his PhD from Institut Teknologi 10 November in Surabaya. Now we welcome Dr. Solekan to present his presentation about the simplified open source data analysis and programming. Dr. Solekan, the time is yours.
Okay, I hear my sound. Okay, fine. Huh? Sudah masuk. Tes. Oke. Thank you very much. Hah? Sebentar. Oh. Saya pakai ini. Tes. Oke. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, thanks you for your time. Today I want to talk about the simplify open source data analysis for programming and for iteration of penalty in distributed era. Okay, sorry. Saya pakai enggak. Okay, the background is the scientific need that we must every day use data analysis for research, and sometimes we need to simulation, experiment control, manipulate data, and we used to visualize result very quickly. And so that sometimes there are solution uh, like C or C++ or Fortran, or perhaps maybe using MATLAB scripting language, or sometimes using Julia. Julia is new programming for scientific programming, but very new. And other scripting language using Scilab or Octave or RIDL, etc. And others in using Python. Using C or C++ or Fortran, we process is very fast, easy computation, difficult to outperform this language. But cons is painful usage, no integrativity during development, mandatory compilation step, manual memory management. And the other language scripting language is MATLAB. MATLAB is very rice collection of library with numerous algorithm. Maaf. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh ya. Ya. Saya komputer son. Okay, I'm sorry. And okay, so, let me see. And cons of MATLAB is special is quite poor and can become strict for advanced user and not easy to install, I think, and others is not free. And the other language is Julia, fast code, is fast code and easily to connect to Python or C. And cons ecosystem limited to numerical computing because the Julia programming is still young. So the Scilab Octave EDR and Sera plus open source, free, less cheaper than MATLAB. Cons is we have available algorithm than in MATLAB, and the language is not more advanced. And other language is Python. Python is a very nice scientific computing library. And scientific computing, we can use a web server as serial port access and free software, widely spread with vibrant community. We can use powerful environment to work framework it. Like IPython, Spider, Jupyter Notebook, PyCharm, Visual Studio Code. And the cons is not all the algorithm that can be found in more specialized software or toolbox. Maybe we use sorry. Some comparison of programming language we can show in the video maybe, and we use sound. is most popular programming from the 1990s. Some programming maybe not known, maybe because this is from 71. Some programming maybe we use, but a little. Faster. Maybe in this programming, Pascal, Python, or basic MATLAB, Ruby, Java, and that year is very high, popular. 2010. Java is more popular, and okay, that's programming not intend to Python as a popular, but I think that everything programming has several. Okay, why Python? I don't intend to ignore the other program because every programming has some benefits. But just so the Python on data science and programming feature offline or online. Unlike MATLAB, Python does not come with a pre-bundled set of modules for scientific computing. Python interface, you can use idle model, or we can use Python bin or Python shell, or we can use idle. And for example, is in the idle development environment, is view on, we can use on the Windows or operating system, or Linux operating system, or Macintosh. And this is example using Python shell. Okay, example. Python is interactive programming. So if we ask, then we answer. And maybe we use there are also advanced topic, and we used to like advanced NumPy for numerical Python. This module is very useful if we use to data science. We can use NumPy, and other is we can use data statistic, and we can use symbolic mathematics. Symbolic mathematics means that we can use mathematical for solution mathematical problem, like this. Maybe we used to others. And okay, for programmer, Python is flexible programming. We can use as console programming or GUI, or we can use to in web programming, or in Android, or in AICoET, or we can use MicroPython for microcontroller. This is view of some interfaces for Python. And in web and internet development, Python offer many choice. You can use a framework like Django or Pyramid. And if we want to use programming of geographic, we can use GeoDjango, where it's very easy to make a map on the web. And the framework is using micro framework, use as Flash or Bottle. Okay, oh yeah, and sometimes if we want to programming as ML processing, we can use to Python and the FTP or IMAP on order internet protocol. Maybe if we research about the network. Other packet index is we can download from internet like Android using APK. In the Python is using PyPy. Maybe we used it. In the scientific and numeric, we can use a module. There are several modules. There are SciPy. SciPy is collection package for mathematics, science, and engineering. And if we use as statistic, we can use Pandas. It's a data analysis and modeling library. And IPython is powerful interactive cell. We can use IPython in console mode or in web mode. And on desktop or GUI, oh, sorry, I'm sorry. We can use widgets or we can use to TK for simple. By default, Python installer is using TK GUI. But if you want to advance model, we can use widget or KV. So we can making application or on the Windows or Android or others operating system. And we can use Hite to via PyHite or PySite, and so on and so on. And in software development, we can use as cons for build control. Sometimes we must maintenance of very more program. We can use as cons for build control. And the business or application we can use as ERP, enterprise or e-commerce system like Odoo is all in one management software that offering business application that form a complete site of enterprise management application. Or we can use to Triton, retired high-level general purpose application platform. And for simple use, we can use Python or Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook means we can use Python script in web model. And we can use handle or formatted text, kernel, and rendering engine in HTML in addition to plain text. Maybe we use to demo next. For example, this is using IPython or Jupyter Notebook. IPython Notebook or Jupyter Notebook. We can use, we can take text in here and we can take a script in here and we can show the result in here. For example, maybe this. This is example for IPython or Jupyter Notebook for data analysis for mapping. This is use IPyLeaflet. IPyLeaflet is another module in the module of Python. Let me check it. This is, if you want to know, you can the URL of GitHub Jupyter widget IP leaflet. And on the maybe you can use to a Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is part of Project Jupyter, a non-profit to develop an open source software standard and service for interactive computing across dozens of programming languages, beginning with Julia programming, and then Python and R, and now is over 70 languages, including Dialog IPL. Okay, let me see the concept of the notebook, Jupyter Notebook or IPython Notebook. If we use my computer to computing Jupyter Notebook, we can use Anaconda Python platform. And from that is, if we running, then we open the web browser, then we open the localhost 8883 like this, and we can making programming from the web. For example, we use new simple programming using data analysis with Python in web model. For example, we can use code or text Markdown. Markdown is simplified from hypertext language. For example, if we use text simplify programming, for example, blah blah blah. If we use equation, we can add text like for example, then we run. Oh, I'm sorry. There are, oh ini salah ya. Ini salah ya. Oh, sorry. In my computer, there are render of latex. So, okay. In Python, we must install module. Maybe this computer, that module of the latex or matplotlib, we check it. If we used to plotting, plot. Okay, this is the code module, then we run. The process is depend on your computer. Maybe this computer is very weak, but let's try. Okay. Yes, and we can use other cloud module. In the cloud module, we can use the Python as data science without install in your computer, but we only need the web browser. Okay, check it. Oh, this is my program in my local host. This very simple, and we try to use for this URL. You can check it, and we use Google Colab. Google Colab is the simple application for using Python as data analysis or data science, and we can use without installing on computer, but we can use by web browser. Like this is the example from the word collaboratory, Google Collaboratory. Google Collaboratory is sometimes sort of collab, allow you to execute and write Python code in your browser with zero configuration required, and you can free access to GPU and AC to sharing. We can sharing the program. This is example. We can run of this if we use the code, and we can running like this. Depend on your internet connection and your computer too. But it's very easy to use. You can use with only web browser, and you can use in the Google. If you use Google Drive, sometimes you can make new document or spreadsheet or Google site, Google formula. You can click more. In more, you check it of Google Collaboratory. If you click it, wait for a minute. Okay. You can create code or you can create text. For example, like that. Use, sorry, this is for code like line, maybe this is for example, very easy to create. Sorry, you can run like we ask and the computer answer of my ask. This is simple, so we can code from web browser without installing. If you want to add text, you can text too, like this. Simplify programming. In this module, if you write in the left side, in the right side is result. Equation, make equation. X. If we use equation, we can use dollar sign in the right and on the left. So simplify. If we only texting, simplifying. Simplify programming, data analysis. Maybe so very easy to use and implementation of data analysis. And if you want to add code again, you can click this in the below. Click code like in the Python is very easy. Like for e in ring 10 print sorry. For example. And you can check the RAM and sorry, in this CPU. If we check a CPU of the Google Colab, maybe you can check it using this CPU. Sorry. Run. Let me check it. In the CPU of the Google Colab, use Intel Xeon CPU 2.3 gigahertz, and so on and so on. Okay, I think is sorry. Check it. Okay, I think that is my presentation. Conclusion is programming of data science is very easy, I think. And thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much to Dr. Solehan for giving such informative and interesting presentation about the simplified open source data analysis and programming. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to question and answer session. Anyone who wants to ask some questions, please click raise hand feature of your Zoom application and unmute your speakers. Or you can also use chat feature and asking questions. Any questions in English or in bahasa Indonesia is welcome. Bagi Bapak Ibu yang ingin bertanya kepada keynote speaker yang ketiga, Bapak Dr. Solehan, kami persilahkan baik dalam bahasa Inggris maupun bahasa Indonesia. Okay. Okay, Dr. Solehan, there are questions from Bapak or Ibu, Bapak Zainul Zuha, in chat feature. I will read. Python is known to be easy to learn, but slow, and Java is known for its fast data processing, but difficult to learn. In your opinion, what is more needed in the future between speed and ease of learning?
Okay, that's right. But Python is weak on the not fast in data processing, but in the coding is very easy because Python is, for example, maybe we can say, sorry, just wait a minute. We can use. Share screen maybe. In Python, there are very clear code. So if we modify or something programming, that is very easy. I think it's good if we use to not only Python, because sometimes we need the fast processing. But for simple or making equation or making reset, we need only a little bit of code. We can little bit of code, and then if we want to fast code, we can convert that to other language, maybe in C or maybe in Java. Okay, maybe thanks for your question. Ini temannya mana? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Solehan, for the answer. And anyone who wants to ask some questions to Dr. Snehan. Please welcome. Okay, if not, I will make one question for you, Dr. Snehan. In my opinion, this will be our good solution, yeah, especially in this era, in this pandemic era, because we, for me, yeah, especially in computer science subjects, I have some difficulties when my students want to come to our campus and to show his advancement and progress in the research. But because of our relation that there are only we have some work from home calculation, so I have some difficulties in how to monitor the progress of the students' research. And I think the online solution of programming skill will be our solution, especially for new students who still learn to use the programming of Python and other programming. So my question is how we can use these tools in teaching, because actually when we teach from home, usually we use some application that very difficult to launch in using online application. So what's your opinion if we, as a teacher of computer science department, use this online feature or online facilities to learn to give the programming examples to our students?
In my in electro engineering, the student is use programming for very more programming. Because in my electrical department is use electric on control, so we use more programming like C, like MATLAB or microcontroller, micro Python. So maybe use so many programming. But for simplify, I think it's for simplify is use that programming, because in several years is micro Python is can embedded to microcontroller. So we can use programming Python is very easy and very fast to use in the microcontroller. And in the Google Colab, for example, we can use that program, we can share, because the Google Colab is using Google Drive. So if we want to share to other students or to other colleagues, we can use, it's very easy. And not only modify I think it's someone want to modify. So if we want to modify, we can modify together. So I think like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Dr. Snehan, and it is give me, especially me, give some enlightenment, so I can have some solution when I face some difficulties in teaching the students or giving the examples of programming to our students. So by your present material, I have some images, so I can teach my students with the solution you have presented. So now, if all of you or one of you have some questions, please you can ask some questions to Dr. Snehan by unmute your speakers or through chat feature from this Zoom meeting.
I add little bit. The Google Colab you can access using Android too.
Okay.
I was used with application or using browser in your Android application, but in web mode. Okay.
Okay, it's very interesting and very practical approach, so that we can implement it in our daily activities and teaching, and give the notice or give some example application to our students. Okay, I think the question and answer session for this last keynote speaker has over. Thank you very much to Dr. Solehan, and I would like to thank very much to all of the keynote speakers for the practical, valuable, informative, and interesting presentation from this main conferences. And now we will go through the parallel session, and we start with the first presenter. There will be Mr. Susanto, Pak Susanto. Mr. Susanto will present about his presentation about the analisis kegagalan shaft water cooling pump di atas kapal tanker di Pelabuhan Tanjung Mas Semarang. And Mr. Susanto, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Pak Malik atas waktunya. Saya akan sampaikan presentasi saya dalam bahasa Indonesia. Paper saya kemarin saya kirim juga dalam bahasa Indonesia. Oke, paper saya berjudul analisis kegagalan shaft water cooling pump di atas kapal tanker di Pelabuhan Tanjung Mas Semarang. Oke. Untuk mengenal tentang kegagalan ya yang terjadi di dalam sistem pendingin pada permesinan kapal, ini di bagian sebelah kiri terdapat gambar sistem pendingin mesin kapal. Jadi mesin kapal itu membutuhkan pendingin yang optimal, membutuhkan pompa suhu water cooling yang menggunakan media pendinginnya air laut. Jadi kegagalannya terjadi pada pompa ini, pada pompa suhu water cooling terjadi porosnya patah. Kemudian dari situ saya mencoba untuk melakukan research. Saya mendapatkan material poros yang patah. Ini adalah gambar material poros yang patah itu, jadi patah menjadi dua. Di bagian ujungnya tempat dipasangnya impeller. Kemudian dari material yang patah ini kita buat spesimen ya, untuk kita uji. Jadi spesimen ini ada dua, ukurannya 2 cm kali 2 cm dengan ketebalan setengah senti, yang satunya 1 cm dan ketebalannya setengah senti. Kemudian dari spesimen yang kita buat ini kita uji ya di laboratorium material. Jadi uji yang dilakukan ada 3. Jadi uji komposisi kimia, kita untuk mengetahui komposisi kimia pada material yang patah, kemudian ambil mikro-mikronya untuk tahu mikro dari poros patah tersebut. Karena kekerasan terhadap spesimen tersebut. Dari hasil laboratorium baru dianalisa. Hasil yang didapat dari pengujian laboratorium dari yang sebelah kiri ini pengujian komposisi kimia dari material poros yang patah, kita bandingkan ya. Material standar yang digunakan untuk poros pompa itu AIC 4145 merupakan baja paduan sedang ya, dengan komposisinya nilainya seperti pada tabel ini, mulai dari komposisi ferronya, besi, karbonnya, silikon, ada 9 item di sini. Terus kemudian dari poros yang patah tadi itu kita bandingkan dengan poros yang tidak patah dan juga standar material itu. Didapatkan beberapa nilai di sini, komposisi ferritnya atau komposisi besinya itu lebih kecil, ini yang patah ini. Ada perubahan struktur komposisi kimianya, kemudian nilai karbonnya itu kekerasannya naik ya. Dari sini kemudian diambil foto mikro juga menggunakan alat foto mikro. Jadi kita melihat struktur terkecilnya dari material tersebut. Jadi material ini kita bandingkan dengan kondisi standar juga, ada perubahan dari perubahan fasa perlitnya. Dan juga yang berikutnya kita lakukan uji kekerasan. Jadi nilai kekerasannya juga didapatkan perbedaan ya dari standarnya. Nilai kekerasan materialnya itu menjadi lebih rendah. Hal ini terjadi karena memang kemungkinan dari proses kerja ya, kondisi kerja di kapal itu yang tidak pernah berhenti, mesinnya itu pompanya juga selalu berhenti terus, panasnya juga berubah-ubah sehingga bisa mempengaruhi material yang hingga akhirnya terjadi kerusakan atau patah. Kesimpulan dari penelitian tersebut yang pertama, dari komposisi kimia, material poros yang mengalami patah terdapat banyak perbedaan ya dengan nilai standar AIC 4145. Kandungan komposisi kimia tersebut ada yang lebih tinggi atau bahkan ada yang lebih rendah dari standar. Yang kedua, nilai kekerasan material poros yang patah pada pengujian Vickers hardness test terjadi penurunan yang cukup drastis ya, jika dibandingkan dengan nilai standar hardness Vickers. Kesimpulan yang ketiga, struktur mikrospesimen material poros pada patahan mempunyai fasa perlit ya menurut Callister dan Ridgewitz 2009. Apabila dilihat dari struktur mikro, material poros yang patah tersebut telah mengalami perubahan fasa dari martensit temper ke perlit. Hal ini disebabkan karena adanya panas berlebih sehingga mengakibatkan fasa poros tidak stabil dan bertransformasi ke fasa perlit. Oke. Demikian presentasi yang saya sampaikan. Waktu saya kembalikan kepada moderator Pak Malik.
Baik, terima kasih Bapak Susanto. Mr. Susanto have presented about his research about analisis kegagalan soft water cooling pump di atas kapal tanker di Pelabuhan Tanjung Mas Semarang. It was very interesting themes, especially in mechanical engineering, ya Pak ya?
Yeah, mechanical engineering.
So, anybody or any researchers here who want to ask some questions to Bapak Susanto, please welcome. You can just click raise hands in Zoom application or directly using text message in the chat feature. Okay. I think there are no questions. Thank you very much to Mr. Susanto. Have give the interesting material and presentation. I hope we can have many technological advances from your research from the research. And now we go to the second presenter. The presenter the presentation will be presented by Mrs. Tuti Fatimah. The title of the presentation of Mrs. Tuti Fatimah is an analysis of game difficulty on game Panjal. Mrs. Tuti Fatimah, please present your material and the time is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, I will to present that my research and my friend. The rise of smartphone use among children is the reason for the importance of educational facilities through smartphone in game form according to their age. Therefore, an education game is needed. Sorry. Okay, combining education and game can improve player educative skill in a fun way. Some educational games use game difficulty to attract and challenge the interest of their users. In fact, all games consist of challenges or obstacles. One example of an educational game that has been developed by the author is Game Panjul. Game Panjul is one of the educational games on the diversity of ethnic group in Indonesia. This game is in the form of adventure with the mission of rescuing friends from other tribes who are captured by the enemy. This consists of obstacles in several levels of game difficulty. The difficulty level of the game is an important area in game level design for the effectiveness of the game in producing an interesting experience for the players. Rich and interesting game level are a key component of a successful game. This study aims to analyze the level of difficulty in the game Panjul. This analysis is necessary because if the game is too easy or too difficult, it can reduce player motivation and time on the task. Research method. First, we identify game difficulty by game designer. The second, identify game difficulty by game player. And then we comparison the analysis game designer and game player. Concept of game Panjul. Game Panjul consists of coin, obstacle, and friend rescue. Difficulty level on game Panjul. There are 3 levels: easy level, medium level, and hard level. The obstacle on every level like this, and then every level have max score like this, and the result of the trial game Panjul we can see in the table. From limit scale trial, we conclude that game Panjul is a relatively difficult game. To be able to complete the mission properly, the game player must repeat the adventure several times so that the player has a good strategy to complete the mission. This game is suitable to be played by people who like challenge. However, for the use of the age of children, there need to be an improvement in the level of difficulty of the game. The number and weight of obstacles can be made smaller with consistent comparison for each level. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you to Mrs. Tuti Hotimah who have finished the presentation of an analysis of game difficulty on game Panjul. After looking at this lesson, I have known that the game Panjul is very interesting to children and to everybody who want to give some advancement in especially in some education material. So the next session is question and answer. I hope there will be some questions from the participants.
Baik, Pak Malik, boleh saya masuk?
Oke. Silahkan.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Pak Malik atas kesempatannya. Terima kasih Bu Tuti atas materi yang telah diberikan. Ini menarik ya menurut kami karena mengingat dengan kondisi sekarang ini, game bagi anak-anak yang marak itu adalah game online yang seperti Mobile Legend, kemudian Free Fire seperti itu. Nah, dengan adanya game Panjul ini sedikit saya istilahnya excited gitu ya. Saya juga merasa tertarik gitu karena game ini tidak hanya sekedar sebuah permainan yang hiburan, tetapi ini juga mengedukasi bagi anak-anak. Nah, ini juga ada kaitannya dengan pembelajaran, bukan begitu ya Bu Tuti ya? Nah, yang saya mau tanyakan, sejauh mana ketertarikan anak-anak di usia SD, apalagi kan ini di masa pandemi ya, itu anak tidak berangkat ke sekolah, mereka hanya pembelajaran dari rumah atau BDR. Nah, sejauh mana ketertarikan anak-anak dalam melakukan permainan panjul jika dibanding dengan permainan game online yang lainnya, misalnya dengan Mobile Legends atau Free Fire seperti itu. Dan kebermanfaatannya nggih Bu nggih, karena kan ini mungkin bisa menggantikan salah satu keberadaan media pembelajaran begitu di masa pandemi. Jadi, itu saja yang saya sampaikan. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, terima kasih Bu Ika atas pertanyaannya. Sangat menarik sekali. Kemarin ketika kami mengadakan uji skala terbatas, ternyata respon dari anak-anak itu sangat luar biasa. Mereka begitu tertarik dengan permainan ini dan mereka bisa belajar dari permainan ini. Jadi bermain sambil belajar.
Oke, terima kasih atas jawabannya Ibu Tuti Fatimah yang telah memberikan penjelasan bahwa game panjul ini memberikan ketertarikan tersendiri buat anak-anak sehingga bisa bisa menjadi sebuah game baru yang bermanfaat untuk peningkatan kualitas pendidikan dan pembelajaran buat anak-anak. Oke, terima kasih Bu Khotimah yang telah memberikan presentasinya. Now the third presenter of this parallel session will be Ibu Mrs. Siska Yuliana Sari. Ibu Siska Yuliana Sari will present about the bullwhip effect analysis on the supply chain of SMES Jenang Kudus. So, to start the presentation, Ibu Siska Yuliana Sari, the time is yours. Sorot ke saya. Okay. I think there will be some problem in technical problem to Ibu Siska Yulanesari. So we will go to the next presentation. The next presentation is Dr. Solehan, who will present about the simplified of Japanese voice notification for queue system using sliding windows. And yes, the next presenter will be Dr. Sulhan, who will present the material about the simplified of Japanese voice notification for queue system using sliding windows. For Dr. Sulhan, the time is yours.
Okay, thanks for time for to presentation of my research. My research is simplified of Japanese voice notification for queue system using sliding windows. And the introduce human are individual and social creatures that more complicated to use language. In this world, there are many languages used by human. In Japanese language is one of communication languages used in especially in Japanese ethnic environment. There are in notification voice, it is most variation voice number. Japanese voice notification for voice system is very important because most of the public area notification is using Indonesian language in this in Kudus, I think. To solve the problem is necessary to making voice notification with Java voice notification. So we need multi-language notification for quiz system. Okay. And the method is very easy. We make a audio that could be like a pattern of this table. Like we can use index to simplify the recording. We use a little bit of recording. Use only one file for one language. So it's very easy to recording because we no need to use more index of the number. We can simplify the number like in the screen. For Japanese voice, we use chroma English language. So because the style of chroma English language is like Indonesian language. So we use, because we need the multi-language, we use two file for file for data index file, Indonesian language and Japanese language. For example, we use to index 17. We use EBU. We take from the audio. We select audio from and to.
we will wait. We will wait because there will be some technical problem from Mr. Falekan. Please wait for a moment.
Okay. Share again. Desktop aja. Okay, the result is we use Python lens weight for simplify, and we use the PyChem to display the application. We only need for Indonesian language, we use idk.waf, and for Javanese language, we use idk.waf, and no 0K is for others. Okay, let me try to running this program. If okay is that system is ready to use, and we can try to put some on keyboard key. For example, sorry, I'm sorry. Ternyata, oke, ternyata ini ada problema sedikit, maaf. Saya ulang lagi, tadi mungkin belum saya hentikan. I'm so sorry, technical problem. Okay, let's try. I'm sorry, my computer is not work like I help. And okay, and the conclusion is from the test result is one that the use sliding window can modify and can facilitate the process selecting and converting number to voice, and can send from text to resolve the conversion process from number to text and number to index and number to voice work as expected. Thank you for your time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for Dr. Solehan for giving the presentation material. Now the next is the question and answer session. Anyone who want to ask to Dr. Solehan about the theme of simplified observance voice notification for queue system using sliding windows, you can click the raise hand feature of this Zoom application, or give some text to the chat facilities.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. thank you to Dr. Solehan because nobody is making some question to you. So, okay. So, now is the end of the conferences of AICoET, and I'd like to thank very much to all of the keynote speakers and speakers for the practical, valuable, informative, and interesting presentation and suggestion, and to the all of the partition for the participation. Hopefully, this seminar and the material will be beneficial for everybody and for every institution. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Please give applause for the keynote speakers and all of the speakers and for all of you. Thank you. And now to end this conferences, we will end this session and all of the session today by the speech of Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Okay, thank you for all of the keynote speakers, all of the speakers, and all of the attendees. And we will coming you to the next international conferences in the next year, which will be held every year in Universitas Muria Kudus. And see you soon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi